I believe this is either my fourth or my fifth time. And every time I look on my YouTube page, I see so many people joining. And I'm like, okay, people want to hear what I got to say. So that's cool. Um, so my thoughts on tell me something good. A lot of people say that I remind them of Shaka Khan. Just the way that I act, my mannerisms and things of that nature, because she got that slow, move and that groove to her or whatever the case may be. And I guess they see that in me. All right. So as I do my live today, I'm gonna show y'all my, simple routines for the morning as well as, I'm gonna be talking. So um as y'all can see on my shorts upload, I went on a walk this morning and short of breath, everything case may be. Don't worry about that. I'm still gonna try to keep my walk on in the morning. Okay. And then as y'all seen in a couple of other videos, I like to drink liquids throughout the day. Okay. All right. So let's talk about tell me something good. Okay. A lot of times, when you first meet people, they want to hear something good. Wait a long time down the line before you say something bad. But when you first meet somebody, the first initial impression of you, you need to tell them something good, okay? One time I was going for an apartment or a place to stay, and they was checking my credit. And then I said, you know what? I'm not going to call and check on the status of my application. I said, I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? I'm going to say, tell me something good when I call this time. So I get on the phone and then I say, tell me something good. And wow, he's like, you know what? Y'all got approved. You can move in. And I was like, yes. So if you want people to stick around, if you want to keep a crew around you or keep a whole camp around you, tell them something good. So that's why I'm making this video today. Y'all know I love Shaka Khan. Okay. My favorite color is orange, and she was wearing the orange, and just be vibe. A lot of people don't know that about me. Every time they ask me my favorite color in person, I say it's pink. Just to throw people off. So my favorite time of the year, of course, is the fall as well. Summer/fall, because orange, the sky turns orange, red, and fire colors. And I'm a Leo, so I don't know. It just connects. So, that's where my stars align. And hopefully y'all can, vibe with me and kind of feel my vibe and see where I'm coming from. A lot of times when I get people presents or little small things, they'll be like, you gonna give me something orange or red or, pink, somewhere around that. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Y'all making me nervous. Okay. So yeah, you know, I resonate with Shaka Khan. Some people used to call me that growing up, Shaka Khan. Or Smiley Jack or Smiley K. Those of y'all who really really know me from like childhood know my name used to be K. So when I was 12, I got my family or my home or whatever the case may be, and my name changed to Monica. So might be a little bit, new to some people, but yeah, anyways, moving right along to the stuff that I really wanted to talk to y'all about today. Since y'all chimed in last time on the live, I didn't expect so many people to come in. I was like, I wasn't really talking about nothing. But so a lot of people want to know something good. Something good. Something good about me, something good about them. Hey, you back? Okay. And so I want to tell y'all something good today about, my routine and how I keep myself up. And I did that a little bit yesterday, but I want to tell y'all a little bit more, like things good that can probably help you and you can help other people. So if you're like me and you like to drink more than you eat, that's one of my secrets, y'all. That's one of my secrets, okay? Don't tell anybody. Okay, I drink more than I eat. And when I do drink, okay, let me get this to the screen because that's what I wanted to show y'all today. 30 grams of protein. So I'm getting my protein shakes in, y'all. That helps with my nails and with my hair. Hey, hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Okay, like it's spicy, spicy. Keep it spicy in here. Okay, poquito español. All right. And so yes, I do like to drink more than I eat. And when I do drink, I try to do the protein shakes because it keeps your skin clear. And also, keeps, your hair growing long and strong. Because if, I'm not really big on eating a whole lot. So I have to make up for some of the vitamins and minerals that I miss out on because I drink more than I eat. So a lot of times when people see me, I have a drink, whether it's water, my green tea or my protein shake. They like, we hardly see you eating. Well, time is going past so fast, you don't really have time to sit down and cook a hearty meal sometimes and, get those proteins and all the things that you want in during the day. And but I do keep a high protein snack with me as well. And so that is the Gimme Sea Salt Seaweed. It's packed with so many vitamins, minerals, and proteins. Okay, high protein. And when you open it, you might be disappointed because it's not a lot of food. It's just thin sheets. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all so y'all don't have to be mad at me if y'all actually buy it and think, hey, y'all, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. So if you're into getting some vitamins and minerals in real quick. So see how thin this is? Okay. Just one little thin sheet is almost like paper, but it's packed with so many different proteins. And so when people ask me like, why are your nails so long and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm sharing my secrets, y'all, but don't tell everything, what I'm saying? You don't got to share the channel with everybody because when my secrets get out, I be like, hi in the world, everybody in the same, section as me. Oh my goodness, my sister calling me. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Let me tell her to call me back. And because y'all know I be on the phone sometimes talking to my sisters and my friends. I be having a good old time. I love spending time with all of y'all. Yeah, that was seaweed. Yes, ma'am. I be eating. Some people be like, you are so weird. Like, why you be eating those kind of things? Like, listen, I feel like another nickname people used to call me when I was little was Camellia because I like different cuisines and I'm like a chameleon. I can, I don't know how to explain it. I can change, and I can go with the flow. And I like to make people happy. So, I would say my skin gets a little bit lighter in the wintertime or in the fall when it gets cold. And that's really weird. So maybe that's why people call me Camellia. I don't know. Maybe sometimes, you just have your friends that like to call you different names anyway. You're not going to be able to escape the little nicknames you get from your friends growing up. And so, hey, sis, how you doing? I didn't know you was going to join today. I be trying to hide my channel from my family members because, they be like, Monica's long-winded. She going to talk all day, and then plus they like to talk to me all day and everything like that. So, okay. So let me get together something that I wanted to show y'all, as well. Because I already do them in my shorts. But I don't have enough time sometimes to do these long videos or live. So I'm going to have to start making the time. But also pistachios are really high in protein. But this is like on the weekends are more than likely I eat the pistachios. And very high in protein, vitamin E and all that kind of stuff. So that like if I miss a day taking my multivitamin, I already know this got a lot of vitamin E in it. And so I'm not going to miss out on the nutrients that I'm looking for. All right. So this is not really a nutrition channel, but I'm just showing y'all the stuff that I do in the morning, and I'm telling y'all something good. Okay. So, all right. Now this ain't really healthy. Like I don't eat healthy all the time, y'all. I can't. I mean, I be trying, but you got to have a cheat day. You got to have a day where you let your hair down, so I got my little snack for when I hide these for my children at the back of the refrigerator. And I put all the stuff in front of it so they can't find my little jello snack. So pudding, chocolate pudding. This is my secret. Ladies, fellas, when y'all have y'all little time, when y'all stressed out and y'all just need something to go to, that's my go-to. It used to be coffee, but I was overdoing it, y'all. 3 cups a day. I was really, really bad. But I'm like, in this world, you need a lot of energy. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. So that's what I was doing. But today I'm going to visit my husband for lunch. So I bought him something. This right here. I'm gonna warm it up. And I told him I was gonna visit him, and I'm gonna give him a protein shake too, because he just, he's in the manager position at the bank, so I can't give out all that information, because he said don't give out all my information on social media because some people crazy. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Okay, so anyways, I'm about to tell y'all something real good. Hey, okay, thank y'all for joining. I mean, those of you, that talk to me on a regular basis, y'all know that when I get nervous, I talk faster. So, y'all might have to get used to that on my channel. It takes me a while to like kind of mellow down and mellow out. But if you've been around me for a long time, you know, Monica, she moves slow, but if she says she gonna do something, she gonna do it. So I am dependable and I'm very loyal, okay? Leos are loyal. Okay, anyways, I got something for my son's nurse at her school, because one of my friends was telling me, she was like, they have a whole month for teachers and they don't barely do nothing for nurses. I was like, you know what? I pondered on that and I said, you know what? You're right. Because she had to call home and tell me like, oh, your son, his little tummy wasn't feeling well. And she checked on him and, made sure he was doing well. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to do something for her. So, I got, of course, something orange. Y'all probably like, yeah, I love the color orange, y'all. I love, love, love the color orange. So if you be around me for a long time, I'm going to get you something orange. And you probably going to be mad why you got me all this orange stuff. But I'm a giver. That's my love language. So if I meet you, I'm probably going to give you something. You like, Monica, don't bring me nothing. Listen, you going to get something. You going to get something today. Okay, you going to get... Okay, so I got her a little something that I thought would be cute, because a lot of times too, you don't always want somebody to tell you something good. You want them to show you something good. Like, so I'm gonna put this together and, throw a Reese's Pieces in there. Anybody, I want to say a lot of my friends and my family, they already know sometimes what I'm gonna get them. It's gonna be something orange and it's probably gonna have a Reese's Pieces in it. So if you don't like Reese's Pieces, you gotta let me know beforehand. When I meet you, especially if you already saw this, then you're like, okay, I kind of know her style. I kind of know her vibe. Said she and I used to work together 15 years ago in the ER. She's a good people. Oh yeah, okay. That's what's up. Yeah. And I really appreciate you letting me know that golden nugget, so I can, make sure everybody feels, important and like they're doing something for the children at school, because they, they're like, when you go unnoticed, sometimes that does make you feel some type of way. That's why when I meet people, I try to talk to them for a little while and, spend some time with them and let them know, like, not only am I going to tell you something good, but I'm trying to give you something good, because, you don't always have a person in your life that does that for you. So it's good to have a good support system. And so y'all might have to see me struggle to get this present open. Uh-oh. Here you go. Both of my sisters are texting me and calling me. I said, uh-oh. They like to tell me the tea while I'm drinking my tea, y'all. So, oh gosh, okay. If y'all, y'all know me like, really, really well. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 biological sisters. And pretty much all my friends I call my sisters. So, Once I start talking to somebody, I'm gonna call them sis, or hey sis, how you doing, or how you doing, what's going on with you. That's how I do. All right. It probably ain't gonna change. It's been that way for a long time. It's hard whenever you start off a certain way to change to another way. So even though I'm naturally a quiet person, once I meet somebody and I feel like a good vibe, I'm gonna talk to you. You be like, why is she calling me again? If you give me your number, I'm definitely gonna call, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something good. All right? At least I'm gonna try. All right. And so I don't know. See, I'm gonna put 2 Reese Pizza cups in there because I just assume everybody's like me. You gotta have 2 or something. And plus, I'm a Leo and my birthday is on the 2nd, so 2 is better than 1. Be on the safe side. That's how I always been too. So it's hard to change, y'all. It's hard. Okay. And that's what I tell my children too. Some things people are born with. You can't always teach people. You just born with like a good spirit or a good personality or good characteristics. Because you're going to find something good in everybody. Put it like that. Okay. At least try. Okay. Some people might get on your nerves. You don't want to talk to them or things of that nature. But try to find something good in everybody. And I've always been that way. Like, especially with my brothers. I got more brothers than sisters, okay? I got 5 biological brothers. And I'm telling you, I had to find something good in them all the time. Especially if they're older. Like, I had older brothers, okay? So that's why, sometimes people say, you got a tomboy nature. I'm like, you got to be rough and tough when you got some brothers, okay? Especially if they're older. Anyways. So I had to put that together, and I think it was like one more little thing that I had to do before I left out. And I'm so glad that I get to, converse back and forth with y'all today. Well, not back and forth, y'all can't talk back to me, but you never know. I might have to come up with like a collab where I can just like have a person come on with me and just talk back and forth and converse back and forth and see where their mind is at, see how they're actually doing. Because a lot of times when people meet me, they're like, you always be trying to check and see how I'm doing. And I'm like, because I know things change from day to day. And I just never know if I'm going to be there to tell you something, tell you like a good word or encourage you or inspire you. Because like, that's how I am. When I might be down or I might be out and I'll hear from like, my sisters or one of my friends and I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I immediately like snap out of, any type of way that I'm feeling. Because I'm like, yes, somebody checked up on me, somebody cares about me, somebody is, there for me. Like I'm building up and I'm growing and I'm expanding because when you get like, or you meet somebody or you have like a crew or something like that, you are building, you're networking and you're expanding and you're, definitely, like I said, growing. Believe it or not, every time you hear a word from somebody else, good or bad, it's going to expand or contract. And so when I'm walking outside, some of my neighbors try to walk real fast past me because they know I like to talk. I like to really know what's going on with you. I like to sometimes I'll like ramble so that I can get somebody talking, and then they'll start to tell me, hey, da 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 this and that. I'll keep talking, and even somebody want to get off the phone with me, I'm like, is something everything good? You good? Before we get off the phone, are you good? They like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Get off the phone, child. It's like I don't be giving up, y'all. Look, listen. I told y'all I'm loyal. I like to be, with people for the long haul. And I ain't gonna say that things have not, went sour. So that's the other part of when you tell somebody something good. Some people get irritated by your spirit, and how can I explain it? Some people, your light or your warmth or your nature, it repels them because they don't really have that within them. So you have to be careful, and I try not to get too religious with people because like I'm not, like religious per se. Because some people are like, oh, tell me a scripture or something like that. I don't want to turn this from tell me something good to like every time you see somebody saying like, a scripture. sometimes people want to know that like you're down to earth, and like if they're going through something, you will help them. So that's the whole point of me saying like, okay, tell people something good. Because I did have, I don't want to say did. I have a couple of friends that when I need to hear like a word, I call on them because I know they always have a word. Okay, and when I say a word, literally like a scripture. And so I got a couple of friends like that, and they can out talk me, and I'm like, oh goodness, the competition has begun. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna tell y'all when y'all go on my channel, I don't have, a scripture out for you, so I don't want y'all to be, upset. If I call you and um, I misspeak or say something out of line, feel comfortable or feel free to let me know, hey, I didn't feel so good about what you said. And then I'll tailor it and I'll tone down and I'll try to change, my conversation with you. Because sometimes people like, you just be, blah, 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 you keep talking, and now I need you to taper back or maybe listen a little bit more versus talking. Okay. So don't miss that too when you're telling somebody something good, because sometimes, be that listening ear as well. Okay. I'm the talkative friend, but also, when I call somebody and I hear in their tone, I just need to listen. I pull back and this is what I always do, because I am a quiet person too, and I'm a very private person as well. Okay. But I just started doing my lives with my YouTube coach telling me, keep it going, try to do some lives so people can know your vibe and know, should they chime into your channel or should they not. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do a couple of things on, my next lives on like, let's say, my poetry business. And then also the first business I ever started was on baskets and gift baskets. And I did that for quite some time, but then Walmart started to outprice me, put it like that. I was making my gift baskets for $20 and Walmart made them for like $10.99. So then people started just going to Walmart. So I stopped doing those. But I was like, you know what? When I start doing my lives, I'm going to show y'all how I do like different things. And then if you get inspired or have some ideas, you can let me know. And I can keep doing those. But y'all see my channel, Adventurous and Amazing. Okay, y'all gonna see a little bit of everything. So y'all gonna see how I cook, definitely how I look. If y'all know, I'm a poetry person, so I'm gonna try to make something rhyme in my videos. Okay, so if you think that's corny, I'm gonna tell you right now. You might want to chime off, because I do have my little lines where I'm gonna make it rhyme and I'm gonna make it flow the way that it's coming from me and my essence and my energy. Okay. And this is how I do on a day-to-day basis. Like what you see right now is what you get. I don't change up a whole lot. I'm very simple, to the point. If I say I can't do something, I literally mean I can't do something. If I say, let me think about it, more than likely I'm gonna say yeah. But it might be some plans that are in motion that I probably got to clear out my schedule. All right. But for the most part, I'm very dependable. And that's why I ain't even gonna switch the subject to work, because I know yesterday people started chiming off when I started talking about work. So I was like, that's not something good that people want to hear about. I went from 10 people watching to 0 when I started talking about work. So I said, let me not do that again. All right. So anyways, I have to learn, the personality of my audience, and then y'all have to learn me as well. And y'all do know I'm military minded, so I like to be on time. I like to plan a little bit. I ain't gonna say I go by the book on every plan. For the most part, though, I do the same thing every day. And I keep a good routine. And so I like, after I get done with this, finish with this live, start the vacuuming, start the cleaning. Like I got my same little routine. I said, let me carve out a little bit of time to come on here and talk to y'all, so y'all can get to know my vibe and, keep, chiming into my channel if y'all want to. I don't want y'all to feel forced like y'all have to, but do your thing, do your thing, be you, you know. If you can carve out some time for me, I appreciate it. If you can't, you know, you can come back and watch a couple other videos because I might not be that entertaining, but I do have my AI videos, and that might be a question for y'all right now. So let me go ahead and address it. All right. So when I first started YouTube, I thought I want to be behind the scenes. I don't want anybody to be able to know who I am or even show up on my channel. So I'm just going to do AI videos. It's a very big controversial about AI right now. And I'm going to try to just say the good parts. Because I notice when you say something bad, people the energy level starts to go down and people start to get like beside themselves. Like, I don't want to hear the bad stuff. So AI has kind of like this little rep going on right now where you can make videos where it looks like a live person and they can do pretty much ads, the marketing, everything. You can redo your own, avatar and have them pretty much performing just like it's you. Now, I was pretty excited. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was pretty excited when that came out because I'm like, okay, this is less for me to have to do. It's almost like delegating authority. Now I can do something else. But some people might say, oh, that's being lazy. But I'm like, listen, I was letting the AI do my videos, okay? So y'all, when y'all look on my channel, of course, I like jets. I like helicopters. I used to be on a Chinook when I was in the military. I like flying. I have a love for flying. So that's why you see a lot of my videos with that. I have a love for cars. So I had a Toyota Highlander. Of course, I had I have the BZ4X. I had the Raid 4, and Suzuki Forenza. So almost every other year I got a new car. Okay, or every 2 to 3 years I switch out my cars because I'm just like that type of person. I like to change. Change is good. I told you my nickname was Chameleon. Because when I was little, just like, I like to be on the go. Okay. So change my wheels up. I have a passion for cars. So if you see a lot of sports cars or something like that, that's what I like. Okay. I don't drive a sports car, but that's where my love is at. Okay. Of course I told y'all like I'm military minded. So I drove a Humvee when I was in the military. So the first ever vehicle that I wanted was a Jeep, and I wanted a Bronco. But I don't know. I changed my mind. I'm going back and forth. I think I want a Jeep Bronco next. We'll see how things go, and it's probably gonna be orange because I see like they have a really good selection on the color orange now. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this might be down my lane. And then plus when I go outside, I don't have to look for my car. There you go. That's what I want because I'm like, the older I get, I don't want to have to try too hard, to find my car. Right now I have to press my button. I'm like, where's my car at? Like so many different white cars. So, all right. So I was like, you know what? I'm going with my favorite color, orange. And I know my friend Fruella, she's from Peru, and her favorite color was yellow. And she was like, yeah, look at my bus outside. And I'm like, oh, that's your she had the yellow what was it? I forgot what it was, but she could always find her car. And she was telling me like how, once you get older, yeah, you want to be able to find your vehicle. And I'm like, we got the same thought process. But yeah, so if y'all see a lot of videos on like cars, jets, like where I'm coming from. That's my mind frame. That's why I have that like that. That's within my nature. And then also you're gonna see some cooking videos. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might see some cooking videos of mine that might look a little suspect. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I do like to burn things. I'm just be honest, I don't know how to cook. That's why you don't see me throwing a whole bunch of house parties, because I tried that one time and my friend was like, some people don't know how to cook rice. And I was like, that was her code for Monica, this rice was not, I tried, and she was Asian too. That's why she was like, Monica, you should have told me. I would have helped you out. So yeah, yeah. I got, a whole bunch of different friends, different races. So she was like, Monica, You should have told me because I could have came over here and helped you out. So yeah, I had to, yeah. Look at my friend like, y'all know I can't cook, so that's why I don't be inviting people over. Y'all want something to eat? No. Y'all ain't gonna never hear me say I'm about to throw a party and have a cookout. If you do, you better bring your own bring your own food just to be on the safe side. Cause you might get something that's burnt. Okay, so yeah, because my friend was like, how did you burn the rice? Like what like let me stop. So yeah, but I do like to cook, even though I'm not the best. I probably should just go to school for like being like a chef or something. Now, I don't know how to cook, but I do know how to bake. So like cakes and stuff like that. Because I used to work in a bakery at Walmart a long time ago. Long time ago, y'all. All right. So if y'all need me to decorate a cake or put happy birthday on there or something a little simple, I can do that. You know, I can work with you. That's how my husband was like, I can work with this. You can bake, you can, shake and bake. Okay. Okay, let me stop, y'all, because when I get started, yeah. She said, rice is so easy. Listen, I can burn anything. One time I was on the phone with my friend, my friend Jamie, and she was like, I'm about to dye my hair red, strawberry red. And I was like, girl, don't do that, child. Your hair already look good. But she had blonde hair. Like she was a natural blonde. And she was in cheerleading. She was like, yeah, I'm about to dye my hair. And I was like, no, Jamie, don't do it. And then she was like, and then so we got talking about like why you shouldn't dye your hair and all this kind of stuff. And, because at the time I was against dyeing hair. I had that pizza in the oven. Do you know when I opened up the oven, the pizza fell out on the floor and burnt the floor. It was already burnt. So I was like, how did that happen? The fire alarm went off in my house and everything. Ooh, y'all, yeah. My brother was so mad because I was cooking for my brothers and my sisters or something like that. I was trying to surprise them and show them I really could cook. They was just like, we ain't even hungry no more. How do you burn a pizza? Yeah, how do you burn rice? I will find a way to burn something. So anyways, I mean, I've never burnt my house down. I never had a house fire. So thankfully, let me knock on wood or whatever. But it gets pretty intense in the kitchen. It gets pretty intense. Like I'll try to read the recipe beforehand and then see what happens. But I do have the oven. Oh, I look whenever I cook something. Who was that? Hold on, y'all. Somebody parked in front of my house. I'm like, who in the world? I'm getting okay. They got BBB on their truck, so better business. If you think I'll trust it better now, but this part people be parking out front of my house. I'm like, yeah. But anyways, yeah, the oven is like 400 degrees. Like I try my best not to go over 400, and I still be burning stuff. I think one time, like when I was trying to cook some turkey or something, and everybody was like, yeah, try to broil or something. And then that's when I tried like the bottom of the oven, like the really bottom of it, and put it on 500. But thankfully, like I said, I've never burnt the house down or had a fire. So like I've seen some smoke now. I've seen some smoke and everything. That's why I was like, why I ain't never had a fire? Maybe it was a fire and I didn't know. But by the time I open the oven or whatever the case may be, thing be burnt to the crisp on a lot of things, y'all. A lot. So if I can look, somebody can teach me how to really cook and throw down. People have tried, y'all. But remember I was saying earlier in the video, like some people are just born with that, just natural knack to just make things come together. And some people have to be taught. Some people can't be taught. I think when it comes to cooking, yeah, I might be a lost cause, y'all. Yeah, unfortunately, but I do the best that I can do. And listen, my family be eating, and sometimes they be complaining. But listen, I be like, you better be thankful you got some food on the table. But anyways, I digress. Let me see. Let me look out here again. Okay, that's the lawn crew. I don't know if it's for me. I think it actually is. I didn't know my husband had called it. Okay, maybe because yesterday was a holiday. Yeah, they changed to come to the first of the week because on Fridays is when the HOA was complaining. Like, our, our grass was about knee high. And so the HOA lady lived right next door to me. She was like, you can't be doing that. You need to get this grass cut. So I'm gonna have to cut this short, y'all. I drag it out today, but hopefully I can see y'all and hear from y'all. Thank you for commenting and just spending some time with me, carving out some time for me today. And I'll see y'all next time. Go ahead and get off of here before they start cutting, and then y'all won't even hear what I got to say because like I got like a low raspy voice. So if any little thing can wash me out, you know what I'm saying. So sometimes people be around me, they're like, "Why you got a raspy voice?" I'm like, I'm countrified. I don't got a city bone in my body. I'm very country. Sit out on the porch and relax type of country. But all right. Thank y'all for joining me. And y'all take care. Y'all have a good one. All right. Bye. Let me see how you turn this thing off.